I'd like to welcome Minister Josepha Madigan, and particularly with your remit now over special education and inclusion. Thank you for this detailed update. And I am absolutely delighted to see a resolution for children with special needs and their parents. It has been such a difficult and traumatic time. And I know that the lack of structure and routine, has led to really serious outcomes. Children not sleeping, children not eating, because they just don't have the structure of what they would have had when they were going to these schools. There's also been a recent HRB funded study, which was under one of the COVID-19 Rapid Response grants, and that was in DCU, on the School of Psychology, and they did it particularly with children with autism. And it really shows there was a decline in abilities and skills. There's a decline in ability to self-regulate emotions and more challenging behaviours. So it is proven beyond doubt that there has been regression for children with special needs. And this takes an incredible toll on the parents and other members of the family. I suppose I'd like to acknowledge the principals, teaching staff and special needs assistants who are here to support in-person learning. And we have a robust special needs educational system, and it will deliver the best education and care to our children. And this Thursday, as you've mentioned, Minister, this Thursday the 11th, over 124 special needs schools across Ireland will return to a form of normality. And on Thursday the 25th, we look forward to seeing special classes in our mainstream primary schools. And I suppose in a broader context, it's thanks to our wider community, people who've done everything possible in the last number of weeks to help bring our numbers down, that has helped us bring us to this point where we're able to open up our schools again. In accordance, of course, with the updated work safely protocol, I know that there has been an extremely detailed guide that's been sent out to the special schools in relation to how this will work. And it is positive that the public health guidance from NIFET notes that infection control and prevention measures in place for schools since September are still considered highly effective for risk mitigation. Minister, your intense efforts and that of your department are very much appreciated. By meeting with many of the groups of stakeholders and the commitment to work together, a successful outcome has been achieved. And I understand that you've met with organisations representing parents of children with additional needs, as well as the National Association of the Boards of Management and Special Education, As I Am, Down Syndrome Ireland, Inclusion Ireland, Family Carers Ireland and the Ombudsman. And I welcome your update in relation to school liaisons for parents and pupils, Skulnet and NEPS supports for wellbeing. Minister, I've spoken with principals and teachers who are very eager to reopen. They understand the supports they need to offer parents, and they want to engage again with children and offer respite. If I could ask just some queries. Number one, 50% return to classes this week in alternate days. Can I confirm that it will be the school principals that will decide the measures of how this takes place? On transport, can we consider dedicated buses to schools in this period to reduce mixing of children from different schools? For example, in my hometown of Ballinasloe, our special school, St. Teresa, and the children from a special needs class at our town primary school, Scoil an Crianaofa, would take the same bus. So what measures could we put in place to reduce that mixing? In terms of the supplementary support programme, can I ask just in relation to the numbers of SNAs and teachers, you've mentioned that it's a voluntary type programme. Are there any additional supports being considered for principals in order to deliver this programme? I suppose we're very aware that the sports that you're speaking of, the sports that we're going to put in place, will allow children to get back to some sort of normality, and that's what we're all fighting for, and that's what you've achieved, I suppose, in getting these schools reopened. I really would like to, I suppose, just in terms of those queries, that we would have it. They would have a lot of engagement from those departments in relation to making sure that it's a successful first few weeks, because the eyes will be on us. Thanks very much, Minister.